Hey there, and welcome to this course on Home on the Range. This is one of my favorite American tunes, cowboy, western. It just evokes the Wild West in the old days. What we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna just take a look, broad strokes, and talk about how we're gonna go about this and a couple of things to keep in mind as you go through this course on Home on the Range. So to begin with, there's just a couple of things, just to take a broad look at this. First off, we're in 6/8 time. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about how to count all this rhythm, because there's some, to look at this on the page, there's dotted eighth notes and 16ths and all kind of stuff. And so there's a lot of strange rhythm on the page. We'll take a look at that. Also, we're in the key of B flat, key of F, 1 flat. We have a B flat. That means not only do you want to play every single B into a B flat, it also means that the open second string is off limits. So whatever your notes are, don't play the open second string, because you know automatically that that's going to be a wrong note. So that just allows you to just eliminate that one option. No open second string. The next is this basic form. This line and this line are the same. That's very helpful. And so that just reduces the amount that you'll have to work. Also, the ending right here, not all of it, but the ending of this line is very similar to the ending of that line, or it is the same as the ending in that line. That and that are the same. So then that really boils down to just a few different sections that we need to learn. And so we'll go through those section by section. There are 5 of them that we'll take a look at. The next one is that as we break these into little sections, this is just the first line of the music here, we're gonna do this, and vocal songs are so good for this, and that is that we're gonna break them into phrases using the lyrics as natural stopping points. Oh, give me a home where the... We wouldn't actually stop there, but that would be the bar line. That's this spot right here. So if you do your sections by bars, which is just completely unmusical, then that's what you get. Oh, give me a home where the... So don't do that. Always go by phrases. Oh, give me a home. Well, that could be a small section. Where the buffalo roam. There's a small section. The way that we're going to do it is combine all that into one section. But so whenever you're doing music, and just vocal music is great examples of this, and because you can immediately hear the reasoning why, you want to look for natural phrasing points and make your small sections that way. And it will rarely, once in a while at the end of a section maybe, it will rarely be to a bar line. It will typically be just over a bar line or to the middle of the bar somewhere. If there's a pickup note, like this right here is a pickup note, if there's this pickup note here, then typically it's going to be that distance, that length of note, so that's an eighth note. It'll typically be about an eighth note in. There it is on that one. Here it is. That yellow isn't working, is it? There it is. So 2/16ths make up an eighth note. Here's that one. So that's the way that these sections will work. So that's just talking about how we're going to look at the sections. The next thing to talk about here is the fact that we have a melody, and that melody is, oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam. That is most important. So we have all this other stuff under here. We have these chords and these bass notes and everything that just make this a richer, more beautiful guitar arrangement. But they're just window dressing, and if they ever get in the way of the melody, then they have actually done more harm than good. So the most important part is that has to come out. If it becomes and this is louder than this, then it's just, it's like the backup singers are just a little bit overzealous. And so you have to always be listening for that top note and really playing that louder. And the way to do that is just stick that finger out more and then just close your hand. Now, if you're a beginner, what you can do is just skip all that stuff to begin with anyway and just play the melody and just use that as your tone. And just play that. And that's great. And then as you are able, you can add in bass notes and you can add in other things. And so that's the way to progressively work on this. It's the way to, if you're a beginning player, you can still jump into the music because it's just the top note. It's the stems up for each one of these lines. It's the ones with the stems up, and it's the top note of each of the ones with the stem up, which I think is pretty much, yeah, see all this right here, stem down, which means that it's not melody, so don't play it. It's this, and then it's this, because those are the stem ups. So you can just play the stem up notes, and then that will actually enable you to play much more music as a beginner by being able to distill what's important and what's not, or what's melody and what's not. They're still important, but it's what's essential and what's not. All right, so these are the things to keep in mind. In the next video, we will take a look at this 6/8 rhythm, and then we'll get into the sections. See you in the next.